Hey guys, this next clip was made possible by News Voice, which is a democratized news app created to fight back against the filter bubbles caused by corporate media. Download for free from newsvoice.com/Pakman or click the link under this video. I've talked to you before about political footballs. An example would be the right doesn't actually care about debt and deficit. They care about it to the extent that they can use it as a political football or a cudgel to push Democrats around and to try to get people elected and to criticize left-leaning politicians. The right doesn't really care about the demand for abortions. They're against abortions and they want to make abortion services illegal because that helps them raise money. But they don't actually want to do the things that reduce the number of abortions that women demand, like, for example, reducing unintended pregnancy, which is just sort of a basic thing. They use it as a political football or a cudgel to push people around. And along the same lines, the right doesn't care about civility and tone. They claim to care about that, but they really don't. And in the context of these recent pipe bombs that were sent to the Clintons and to the Obamas and to George Soros and to former CIA Director John Brennan and to Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Maxine Waters and Robert De Niro's restaurant, Senator Ted Cruz called for civility. Oh, very nice. He tweeted the other day, quote, "Violence is never okay. Reports of bombs sent to the homes of Obama, Clinton, and Soros are deeply, deeply disturbing. America is better than this. Political disagreements are fine, even healthy, but we should always be civil and respect each other's humanity." That's my Ted Cruz impression.
Pretty good.
So, okay, he's in the pro-civility movement. Cool. Wait a second. 24 hours before tweeting that, he called for the imprisonment of Democrats without them having been convicted of, suspected of, charged with, or prosecuted for any crimes whatsoever. Is that civil? This was at a rally in Georgetown, Texas. At the mention of his opponent, Beto O'Rourke, the audience started shouting, "Lock him up." Why would you lock up Beto O'Rourke? I have absolutely no idea. Take a look at this.
O'Rourke voted no. He would not stand with his...
Lock him up!
Well, you know, there's a double occupancy cell with Hillary Clinton.
I saw two people in the crowd, by the way, wearing these American flag shirts where the entire shirt, it doesn't have a picture of the flag. The entire shirt is like a flag. There were people wearing those at Politicon, interestingly enough.
And that's against U.S. flag code. It's just as bad as kneeling for the national anthem, I'd say.
Absolutely. So anyway, Ted Cruz complains about the lack of civility, and then he and his audience chants about locking up Beto O'Rourke with Hillary Clinton. If it's serious, is that civil? If it's a joke, is that civil? Like, either way, you have a crowd here chanting "lock him up" without even claiming that he committed any crime. With Kavanaugh, they were all about innocent until proven guilty. How can anyone suggest that Christine Blasey Ford is telling the truth until it has been proven in a court of law? What happened to that with Beto O'Rourke? Why are people calling for him to be locked up? And that's why I get back to another opportunity, Pat, to say what? Please vote. Please vote. Early voting has started in Texas. You can go vote right now. Well, depends what time of day you're watching or listening to this.
And if you live in Texas.
Well, yes, you should live in Texas if you're going to do it. Or have residency there and be voting absentee. I want to be precise and clear here. You got to vote this guy out. This guy is disgusting. This guy, like many Republicans, uses civility and tone as a political football. It's used as a way to bully people. It shouldn't be allowed. And he is one of the most disgusting extremists in the U.S. Senate. And what would it be like getting him out? I mean, it would just be such a victory.
Amazing on so many levels, because if you know that if Beto O'Rourke wins, that means Democrats probably are taking the Senate. And also, a loss here in this race would probably mean the end of Ted Cruz's political career.
Probably.
We know that he wants to run for president again. I mean, he signaled that a few times. And you kind of have to hold on to that Senate seat if you're going to do that.
It kind of would also be a loss for Trump, because even though Trump coined the term Lion Ted and was very aggressive against Ted Cruz during the presidential campaign, he's since endorsed him, and they had a whole love fest that I saw and read about. So again, now Trump is behind Cruz. Cruz is a Trump-endorsed guy at this point, and we know Donald Trump really hates it when the people he endorses end up losing. He ends up going back and saying, well, you know, in the primary, I was really behind this other person, so I don't really know that I was an actual strong supporter of Ted Cruz anyway, if that's what he would argue in this case. It would be a loss for Trump, which we love. It would be a loss for Cruz, which we love. It would be a major loss for Republicans in the Senate, which we love. It would be a win for the people of Texas. And that's the number one reason why I've been saying for months at this point that when early voting starts, you've got to go vote for Beto O'Rourke. Early voting has started as of Monday. Please go and vote for Beto O'Rourke. Okay, we've got a great show for you today. This is the last show. I think I can say this definitively.
You can say that, yeah.
Out of current and soon-to-be former David Pakman Show studios.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a big show today.
It is a big show, and you can see how emotional Pat is over it. We will be moving studios, and the new studio will be soundproof, so there will hopefully be no more, as I like to call it. We will hopefully have, we will have internet that is 10 times faster. 10 times faster than the internet that we have here, which is going to be a great thing. Means that our members will get their programming earlier on in the day because the uploads will take less time. We've just got great stuff coming up.
And just a new set, you know? It's been a few years since we've changed everything over.
Yeah.
Things are going to look a lot different
I do
now.
want to warn people, the set is a work in progress. So just because we're out of here today doesn't mean that on Monday the new set will be fully done and ready, but it will be soon. It will be soon. Send me your thoughts about the move. Send me your thoughts about Civility. Send me your thoughts about anything. I'm on Twitter at dpakman. The show is on Twitter at David Pakman Show.